I got this right here on video. Now this right here is for, this message is about eating healthy, wholesome snacks. This one is from, I'm not going to put the bakery on there, but this is from a honey bun company. It's not Debbie. It's just a generic brand. But it's, if you look at it, you can see how small it is. See that? It's small. Honey bun, and back in my earlier time, in the 70s and the 80s, they were big. I mean, big. I mean, the ones you get in the box. There used to be, I think there used to be 10 of them in there. Maybe even, I think 10. Now you only get about 6 of these. And this is what they're giving us. This is actually child size. This is, I'm going to tell y'all, this is barely, it ain't even a half. It ain't even half of a honey bun. It's about 1/4 of a honey bun. And they're charging about $1.25. That's it. We used to get this right here. I mean, a box about $1.99 for a honey bun. This be a full size. This right here, honey bun, supposed to cover my whole. Y'all can see my whole hand right here, even my fingers. That's all my whole hand. You see how little that is? Okay. This is what they're doing. They are giving us less product, and we're paying more money for it. This is what they're doing. And it's fine. I'm not telling people don't buy it. But for saved people, I'm telling you what I'm telling you is to follow God's health reform. And what God wants us to do, He wants us, to the best of our ability, because I know that some of y'all may work and you may not have time to do stuff from scratch. But I will tell you this: if you have family, you have kids, and if some of them is big enough, you get them in that kitchen and help them, and get them to help at least dice some vegetables and fruits, cut up some vegetables and fruits, and get in there and help make these snacks. I'm not kidding. It's not hard. Now, I had said some years back that I was going to get a video. I was going to actually put up a video platform and dedicate it, just for people uploading their videos on there and putting their different recipes on home cooked, made from scratch, just from wholesome food. I may not talk about it right now because, as y'all know, that them people are broadcasting me on CNN, so I may not talk about it because I'm afraid the prices may go up on food, like those eggs when we were talking about the omelets that we were talking about in 2021. I was talking about the different recipes, and then all of a sudden the eggs just go up 2 years later. And I believe it was a resort of me telling people about how they can cook, omelets, and they can eat it with any meal. They can, they don't just have to be for breakfast. It can be for any meal. And then just 2 years later, the eggs just all of a sudden just go way up, $10, okay, or almost $10. So anyway, this is just a short, brief video, just telling y'all to please And that's for saved people, you know, very much for saved people, chosen people of God, even positive people that just wants to make sure your family is eating healthy. So just a quick shout out to remind y'all that, you know, the prices is, we're paying this right here, paying a lot of money for these little things. Okay, this may be worth $1.25. It may be, but you know, this is not what I was raised in my earlier life. This is not what we had. We couldn't do this especially in states like Georgia. There would have been this is what you call a form of stealing. It's a form of extortion. It's a form of stealing. You know, you're paying high prices for a small. If you like I said, if this is for saved people, I'm allowed to say this for saved people. God gives me permission to tell people, to warn people about learning to take good quality, wholesome food, nutritious food, and making recipes out of it. Even your snacks, okay? The white sugar, get rid of it, okay? Replace it with just, you don't have to use sugar all the time. I mean, even the alternative sugar, you don't have to use it. You can use fruit. Find your sweetest fruits and put them in a processor, or I don't care. I don't know. If you don't have a processor, then you just get any tool you can to match that fruit up. Okay, just any fruit that is real sweet, mash it up and use it as a substitute for sugar. And then you could use a little honey, but just use it sparingly. Don't want to over sweeten your snacks and your cakes and pies and your donuts or whatever you make from scratch. But make sure you can get advice from maybe perhaps if they will even socialize with other saved people, you know, when it comes to health reform. And I think some of them have. And the Amish people are they're very excellent when it comes to God's health reform. They're a perfect example. Perfect. And most of the Seventh-day Adventists are too. So you want to make sure, but what you want to do is you want to eliminate as much name brand products as possible and get the pure, wholesome food, nutritious food. And what I mean by that is your grains, your nuts, your legumes or your beans, peas, you know, your vegetables. Grow your fruits. Grow your own food. Grow your own food if you can. Grow it in pots in your house. If you grow it out, if you have a backyard, to get you especially the ones that live in the country, get you a like a greenhouse to grow your stuff in, where you get the kind that you can let sunlight in there as possible, or get you some kind of light, because sunlight is helpful. But the thing is, we're living in the last days, so our government likes to spray in the air, and you just want to be careful. You don't want to get no pollutants on your crops. So you want to kind of grow it with, you know, some kind of thing on the top of it, like a canopy or something like that. But anyway, you get the point. God wants us to eat wholesome, nutritious food. That's what he wants. And God, it's time to break away from name brands. You know, look at other brands. Look at generic brands. If you buy name brand products, you can buy it. But I guarantee you, God is going to infuse into your spirit. It's time to go back to the old days, the old ways, and put some renovation into it. No, thanks. Yeah, it's time to go back and eat healthy, because this right here, trust and believe your family will love your wholesome snacks. Okay? I would go in detail about it, and I will later. Right now, as y'all know, I still got the feds chasing me everywhere, and I'm not gonna go into that on this video. I'm just talking about health reform right now. So I'm just noting the reason why I can't talk to y'all about certain foods and recipes and things like that, because I don't want the prices to go up too high. But we can afford to get our foods, just kind of, you know, get with other, you know, save people, and especially the older ones. And if you live in the South, if you live in Georgia, you live in Arkansas, you live in those places like that, you want to pull together, and you want to do like we did back in the 80s, 70s and 80s, when the farmers were helping out, you know, the customers that lived in the rural area, and, you know, they let us pay a certain amount of money, and we go and take buckets and, you know, all that stuff. We can take it to the farm and load up. And then we can all that kind of stuff, and stored mason jars and canning and all that. So y'all just get with get with your mother, your grandmother, especially your grandmother. Get with your grandmother, your great-grandmother, your great-great-grandmother, if she's still alive. And just talk to them. They'll tell you about the homemaking, when homemaking was very popular. You know, they even took it in school back in those times. It's called homemaking. So you know how to cook and clean, and know how to, you know, run the house or whatever, when they used to do that, when the women used to just stay home and just, you know, be a wife and a mother, keep the house clean, and go get groceries and run the finances. So that was primary. That's called homemaking. So you know how to, you know, how to run your household, how to take care of your family the proper way. It's called homemaking. So we need to go back to those days very badly. So our family, so it'll save us a whole lot of money, and our families will be a whole lot healthier. And when they're healthy, they'll serve God more, and they'll serve others, and have a safe, a healthy nation. That's basically what we'll have. We go back to some of the old ways, you know. Cut out a lot of the name brand products. But if you do have to get name brand products, I will tell y'all that it's best to read your labels. If the ingredients is more than 10, or is just at least more than 8, please think about it before you buy it. Is it worth it? Because it's got chemicals in it, harmful chemicals, poisons, especially white sugar. When you're making your snacks, like y'all see this, you can actually make a wholesome honey bun. You can make it. You can do it. Just get with some people that is wise with this kind of stuff, that know how to cook stuff from scratch, and just stay away from the white sugar. And that's a warning. Okay, eliminate. You may have to get some traces of it, because some of the vitamins has it on it. I'm not gonna say just go 100%, but if you eat it every now and then, it's not gonna kill you. But just remember, if you do, you're gonna have to do something. You're gonna have to have some kind of antidote to override the poisons in it. So you just think about what you could use as a positive food reinforcer, that can override the harmful benefits that the poison white sugar has. And like I said again, this is a message for the body of Christ, for the saved people, and for the people that wants to eat healthy. They want their body to be, their temple to be holy and clean, and following God's health reform, and making sure our body is getting the nourishment that it needs, so that way we can live a better quality life, and we can do the will and work of God, of Christ. So you want to make sure that you eliminate as much white sugar out of your diet. If you can go completely out of, get it completely out, then do so. But make sure that you eat only till you eat traces of it. Just traces of it. That's the message for it. Don't want to be so legalistic, in case you go to somebody's party or something, and they offer you something. You don't want to offend them. You can eat a little bit of it, but then when you go home, make sure you get something healthy to wash it down. Just try to get it out your system as much as possible. Because when you get older, when you get 50, especially when you get 40, you definitely want to be on that, eliminating that white sugar out. When you get 50, you want to make sure you eliminate that white sugar out. Because I'm telling you, unless you took real good care of your health when you were young, because when you get 50, your body is changing over again. It's changing. It's like when you're 25, now you're 50. Okay? And some people got long lives. You get 75. Okay? Now, you live, 3/4 of our lives. So now you turn 100. Some people live longer. In other countries, I've seen them get as old as 122. But while you're still here, while God is giving you grace and mercy and giving you long life, you want to take care of your life. You want to show God, look, how I'm living, how I'm eating and living down here is a replica of how I'm going to be when I go to heaven. This is what I want. I'm going to eat. I'm going to put healthy food in my body. I'm not going to put harmful chemical food in my body. Because see, how you eat down here is a replica of how you plan to eat in heaven. Because in heaven, you're going to have wholesome food. I believe you're going to still be cooking and stuff like that. But I don't think God going to put chemicals in the food in heaven. There's going to be no name brand food, like, what I mean, like with harmful chemicals in it. Everybody be brand. It may be branded food where we cook food and invite our friends and family over and things like that. But it'd be like, say, this is Susie Mae's pie or something like that. You can put a name on it, like whatever you want to call it, like we do down here. But it's like, you go to the grocery store and you buy something like, say you buy Little Debbie's. Now that's not gonna be in heaven. So you eat like you would, like as if you was going to heaven. And this is just a great getting us used to that. We still can eat healthy food. We can still eat delicious food, but we make sure it's wholesome and delicious and nutritious for our family. And it's creative. Be as creative as you can. Okay? They had a show, some kind of show some time back where they give people just some basic food and see how creative they can create different recipes out of it. So that's basically what I'm saying, is be creative with your snacks. I'm gonna have to end this video. So just be creative with your snacks. Be creative. You got little ones, little sacred, little precious little ones. I like to call them God's little angels. But you don't want them to eat stuff like this. I'm gonna tell you, I wouldn't give my kids this right here for a lot of reasons. Because it's the sugar on it is poison. Okay? Maybe some people may disagree with me. You can't disagree. But it's still harmful in some way or another. Because it's made with white sugar. Okay? Just follow God's health reform as much as you can. Blessings, and I'm going to sign off.